Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and more. Let's give people an opportunity to get into the chat room. I know you didn't expect a last minute live here on the channel. We normally don't go live on Saturdays, but I wanted to talk about the story, and I plan to go live tomorrow afternoon. You know, we've been trying out this new time slot of 12 p.m. Eastern here on Sundays, sort of our Sunday Fun Day brunch of hot topics and more. You may have already seen the topic of discussion that we will be covering tomorrow. Wanted to give you a little bit of a break from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I did post a new video earlier today talking about a new story that came out in regards to Eva Marcel and Debrat weighing in on this Portia and Simon and Fallon situation. And don't forget, the Fallon exclusive interview will be available June 10th on Up and Adam's YouTube channel. And if you missed our live yesterday talking about a little drama that was unfolding, be sure to check out that video as well. Look, we're keeping busy here, and I'm excited. Shout out to everyone that's already in the chat. Appreciate everyone being here. Shout out to my TikTok. Thank you so much. I want TikTok. Head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. That way I'll be able to see your comments. I will also be posting the link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts on this hot topic. So first of all, let me just say what's up to the mods. I know I didn't give you guys much of a heads up about this, but I wanted to cover this story, and I said, let's do it live. I could have pre-recorded it, but then it's like, I'll have to edit it, do all this stuff. I said, why not just come live? Also, I want to hear your thoughts. Mariah Carey is a legend, an icon. I'm sure you already agree with me with that. Well, now we're hearing that Mariah Carey and Jay Z are parting ways, and it's not very amicable. According to sources, Mariah Carey and Jay Z had a meeting recently, and it blew up. It did not go in the direction either party expected. So apparently Mariah was not happy with the direction that Roc Nation saw for her in the future. If you didn't know, Mariah Carey signed with Roc Nation about 3.5 years ago. And in that time, we saw some major changes within Mariah's career and the things that we think an icon and a legend should be doing with her music, her catalog, and her career. You know, within the time of her relationship with Roc Nation, we've seen her release unreleased music. We've seen her really elevate the whole Christmas theme. With their help, All I Want for Christmas went to #1. I think it was 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row, which was epic. And look, was that inevitable? Yes. But remember, Mariah's been doing this whole Christmas, concert thing for a few years now. And that was the first time, it was within her time with Roc Nation, that we saw the song skyrocket to #1. There were a lot of strategic moves. And I don't know if you're like me, where I watch some of the things that these artists are doing in regards to their promotion or the release of their catalog. So there were a lot of things that I saw that her team were a part of that helped skyrocket All I Want for Christmas back to #1. But let's get into Mariah leaving Roc Nation. If you're not familiar with what Roc Nation is, because I don't want to assume that you are, Roc Nation is a multi-management company. They not only represent musicians, they also represent people behind the scenes in music and also sports stars. And it was started by Jay Z. People that Roc Nation helps out with a lot of people's careers now. We're seeing a lot of major artists, including Alicia Keys, signed with them. There's a whole we can go through the roster in a second. But this news comes as Mariah is already removed from their website. They will continue to work together for the next few weeks, but she's officially leaving them. But let's get into the Sun's article on this and what went down in this meeting. So according to the Sun, and of course we always cite our sources, the link to this will be posted after the live in the description of this video, along with other videos that you may have missed this week as well. So according to the Sun, a source close to the situation said this: Mariah and Jay had an explosive meeting which did not go well at all. She has made it clear she wants nothing more to do with him and has called it quits with Roc Nation. The source continues by saying this: she will formally depart in the next few weeks. They also said it is a shame because they have done some great work in the last few years, but this meeting couldn't have gone much worse. Whew, Lord. Desenia, thank you so much for the super chat. Desenia says, just spreading love. And I receive it and I spread it back on out to everyone that's watching. But the reason why I decided to do this story, look, artists all the time separate from management. Look, I used to be a manager. Look, I can't tell you the stories I could tell. But usually it's not abnormal to see artists leave management. But this is a major artist and a major management company with another major artist. And according to this report, they had this major meeting for the direction of her career, and it was a major falling out. And according to this source, it's not just her departing Roc Nation. It says she has made it clear she wants nothing more to do with Jay Z, allegedly. Well, and mind you, Mariah and Jay Z have known each other a very long time before they decided to actually work on this capacity. They have made music together also in the past. So this is a very interesting story that this is coming out. And maybe sometimes you have these situations where friendships in business just don't mix well. Let me get back to what the article is saying. As I said before, I will be citing my sources in the description of this video. So according to the Sun, this is what they're saying the next steps will be in regards to Mariah's career. Mariah has been talking to other managers and thinks she has found someone who she feels has full belief in her as she takes her next steps. There is also, I don't know if you guys know this, Mariah has been working on a new album. And this album, they're saying, there is a heavily R&B influenced album being finalized at the moment. And she's planning a world tour for next year. So she isn't letting this stand in her way. So this is not the greatest time to release music or to do a tour. And I'm not talking just because of the pandemic. I'm talking because of, you're switching management. So I'm glad she's doing it at this point where she can sort of at least plan before she really releases a single, releases an album. But the transition in between, it's such a delicate moment. And I kind of wish she would move forward with Roc Nation because, as I said before, if you're just joining us, she's made a lot of really great moves with Roc Nation in the last 3.5 years that they've been working together. And a lot of people are wondering, how do you know she left Roc Nation? How do you know she left Roc Nation? Well, let's go to Roc Nation's website. Let's do it. Let's go to the website. Okay, so we go to the website. I don't even know who some of these people are, but as I said to you before, Roc Nation represents quite a few major artists and also some behind the scenes people in sports, things like that. As you can see, Meek Mill is one of their artists. Megan Thee Stallion is one of their artists. Oh, Miguel's there? What's Miguel been up to? I love me some Miguel. Isn't his song like trending right now on TikTok? I love me some Miguel. I remember. Can I tell y'all a story before we get into this Mariah mess? I remember before Miguel really was a major artist. It was Summer Stage. He had a big song. It was his very first single on the radio. But it was his first single. He, not a lot of people knew him. People were just starting to get to know him. I was backstage. I didn't get to meet him, but him and Mario went right by me. And it was the first day that I interviewed a celebrity, and it was Tamia backstage. I also got to meet Grant Hill that day too. I've met Grant Hill a couple of times, and Grant Hill and Tamia are rock solid. They are some of the kindest, sweetest people that I've ever met. And just off of interacting with them, not just off of doing an interview. So I'm digressing, but you guys already know I do that. It also gives everyone an opportunity to get into the chat. We got to get Tamia here on the platform. I know you guys are wanting me to do some more interviews. Look, interviews, as you guys already seen this week, can be complicated. It can cause a lot of jealousy. Look, it is what it is. It is what it is. There will be interviews because I love interviewing celebrities. So we are on the Rock Nation's website under their music category. As you can see, these are some of the people that they represent. They represent some of the best in the business, including Rihanna, including Megan Thee Stallion, Mustard, who, you know, you probably don't know necessarily his name, but you know a lot of his music. Also, of course, Meek Mill. So I'm under M because I'm looking for Mariah, and there is no Mariah anymore. Mariah has been removed. As I said before, the transition will take several weeks, but Mariah is no longer a part of Rock Nation. If you're just joining us, it's not officially announced, but The Sun is reporting that Mariah and Jay Z had a big blow up where she says she doesn't want to have anything to do with him, allegedly. And she would like to leave Rock Nation because they do not see eye to eye on the future of Mariah's career. Let me get more into what the article is saying. So as I said before, Mariah has been talking to other managers and thinks she's found someone who she feels has full belief in her as she takes her next steps. You may recall before Rock Nation, she had that other manager that did the reality show with her, or the docu-series, whatever you want to call it. And that ended very badly. There were lawsuits. Oh, I forgot her name. If you remember her name, let me know in the chat. But it was messy. It was a messy breakup. Hopefully this particular situation won't be as messy, but we're reporting on it. Mariah is gone from Rock Nation. It's going to take several weeks, they're saying. But according to this report, she has been talking to several different managers, and she has one in mind. She also has a new album, an R&B influenced album. And mind you, I don't know if you, just in case you guys don't remember this, I reported a few weeks ago that there might be a Brandy collaboration because she's been working on this album. And Mariah posted this tweet. Let me just get the tweet. So Mariah posted this tweet. Darling, Brandy, are we doing these background vocals? Love you, call me, now playing Angel in Disguise. Mind you, these two women have multiple pictures together. They have never collaborated musically. We need this to happen. We need this to happen. And as I said to you before, according to this report, Mariah is working on a new album. She's working on a new album and a heavily R&B influenced album. Let me get back to the story. Hold on, y'all. TikTok, if you wonder who I'm talking to or what I'm looking at, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We have over 100-something people in the room. Like this video. I haven't liked it already. I see we have a super chat. Hold on one second. Thank you so much for the super chat. If I can find it. Hold on, y'all. Ooh, there we go. Desenia, thank you so much for the super chat. Please do any and all interviews. If anyone comes for you, I will take off my God crown and put on my boxing gloves. I love y'all. Y'all are so funny. Hopefully it won't be that situation. And if it is that situation, I ignore all the haters. Honestly. I just felt protective of you know who. Oh, no. We can say his name here. Up and Adam. We love Up and Adam. Don't forget his new interview will be out June 10th. We're going to break it down. We're going to look at body language. We're going to look at everything that she says. We're going to watch. Look, we're going to talk. All right. Let me drop the link. So y'all can call it and share your thoughts. I have more to say on this Mariah Carey album. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, so back to this. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Mariah Carey leaving Rock Nation. Also, don't forget, a new episode of my podcast came out yesterday. It was a little late, but it's out, and it's inspired by our girl Fallon. So don't forget to go check it out. Kempire Radio available on all podcast platforms. Be sure to subscribe. All right, let me get back to this story. Let me see. Okay. Shout out to the chat. Okay. So as I said to you before, on the Rock Nation website, I just showed you the Rock Nation website. Mariah Carey has been moved. Mariah first signed with Rock Nation back in November of 2017, and since then has released her 30th anniversary album, The Rarities. You may recall that, as well as her New York Times best-selling memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey. She also secured a deal with Apple TV. I almost forgot about this. Apple TV for that festive special, remember, during the holidays? And finally got a #1 in the UK with All I Want for Christmas, 26 years after it was released. Next Friday, she will be featured on a new song called Somewhat Loved by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Rock Nation has helped Jay Z become a billionaire, according to the Sun report. I mean, it's definitely helped, but it's been some of Jay Z's other moves outside of Rock Nation. But some of the other high-profile people, as I said to you before, at Rock Nation include Rihanna, Christina Aguilera, Megan Thee Stallion, and Kelly Rowland. But they're not. Look, Kelly Rowland needed the help. Let's be real. I have not liked the moves that Kelly has made over the years, but we're not going to get into a Kelly conversation. I love Kelly Rowland. I would love to interview Kelly Rowland just because I know it's just going to be a key. I'm going to take some callers. I see you guys are backstage. But before we do that, like this video if you haven't liked it already. We have almost 150 people in the chat. Decided last minute to go live on a Saturday. Don't forget, tomorrow we will be doing our Sunday Fun Day brunch, where we talk about some of your favorite hot topics. And tomorrow, if you have not already seen the thumbnail, it's going to be Real Housewives of Atlanta related. But there's a lot that was said in this new Nene interview, and we're going to break it down. And I want you guys to call in and share your thoughts. Speaking of calling in, I see Twan the Don is back. Let me just bring him up. Twan, what's going on?
Kempire, man, when I tell you, I want to apologize for yesterday, man. I was dealing with my grandmother. She just got out of rehab for a hip, and I was in a bad area.
Sorry to hear
so,
that.
no, she's blessed, and she's healthy now. But what I want to say, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see what's going to come from this, because I've never been a real Mariah fan, but I love her music for years. I mean, of course, it's Mariah. I mean, shit. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. It's Mariah Carey. But I do. If you may, can I please say something about yesterday's, because I didn't get a chance to. It's gonna be real quick.
Ahead.
The whole what's her name, Candace Diller and her husband. When I tell you, I wish Bravo understand how a small problem could become something much bigger. These two individuals are clout chasers. They are desperate. They know they need the money. They're well over their head, and she know her mother is still supporting her, which is nothing wrong with that. My mom still look out for me as well. But it's one thing to just be a what they call those people that be trolling or troll. She's a troll. Like, I don't get why she act the way she get, but I could get it in a way. A lot of girls, and I'm from the DMV as well. I live in Bowie. I was trying to call in when they was all saying they from Upper Marlboro and all this other stuff, but I'm in the DMV area. I grew up at Howard, and a lot of the women on the Howard campus, from wherever they came from, they just all had their heads so high in the sky. Come to find out, most of them just had their head too high. They thought that they were something special, and most of them were really messing around with like drug dealers, local drug dealers, and everything. Believe it or not, my cousins used to get a lot of Howard girls, and it was the sedity ones that always act like they was, wearing Birkin bags and Chanels and everything, but they was really messing with drug dealers. So not saying that's her, but their standards was just high, but that's just what they put on the surface. Candace and her husband, I just want them to go away from this show. I feel like and I love the fact that she's a chocolate girl, but they need to find another chocolate girl to replace her, because she just don't bring nothing to the show, in my opinion. She's annoying, she's childish, and then she trolls all the wrong ways.
I hope you're ready for another season of her, because it hasn't even started yet, and we already saw the trailer where Mia Thornton throws a salad at her, and she tries to throw it back at Mia. So we already know it's going to be a mess.
Now, I am going to close with one more statement about her. Well, at least most of the girls on that show. I really thought it was really odd that they took Monique, the way that they treated Monique, where she laid hands on someone who literally told her to do it. But yet, when she was waving a butter knife, and to a lot of people, they say, "Oh, well, it's a butter knife. It's still a weapon." If she would have threw it, what if it would have hit somebody in the eye? Or even with it,
I just know the first thing I thought of.
That's the first thing that came to mind too. I'm like, she tossed it, but like at the end of the day, for someone to sit here and constantly just, I mean, I grew up with too many people like her, and I wish her the best. I don't want to wish her bad ill will, but in the beginning they said that she tried to sit out like Nene did because she tried to demand more money because she felt like she was the height of the drama last season. But let them make that decision. You also stirred that to happen that way, whereas though you're provoking this woman too. And then you play victim, and then I love how that last season ended though, with Monique laughing in that interview, stating because there is in their contract too that they can't sue each other. All this stuff is rated for TV. It's in their contract, and because you got your ass beat on TV, now you feel some type of way. Come on, sis. You know you wanted the money. You said you wasn't suing for money, but it was a $2 million lawsuit.
Lord. Twan, we can talk about this all the time, but last minute thoughts on Mariah Carey, because that's why we're here.
Mariah Carey, man, Mariah Carey, that's my girl, though. I'm not a fan, but it's one of those situations where it's like, you don't like her, but not because of anything you know about her. It's just I never went crazy over Mariah Carey, but I love her music. I hope that she's doing well, and I hope she do get her vocals back. Because we need to hear some live Mariah Carey. And I hope she learn how to dance a little bit. That two-step is the...
Come on, Mariah is how... We don't expect, like, dance moves from Mariah. Mariah just needs to give us vocals.
I'm not saying she got break dance. I'm just saying, like, that same little snap in the hip toss, and then the two-step to the right, two-step to the left, and then now you got to pick me up because I'm tired. Come on, Mariah. Just sit down just sit down for your whole performance.
Twan, thank you so much for calling in.
Love you, man. Have a blessed weekend.
You too. Okay. We have over almost 170 people in the chat. Like the studio if you haven't liked it already. I know you're probably tired of me saying that, but I know also when you're watching a video, you're not thinking about liking it. It's an easy, free way of supporting the channel. I see a caller that doesn't call in very often, so I'm assuming she has a lot to say. Nicole, I'm going to bring you up.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I always see your name, so I feel like I already know you.
Aw, I feel the same way. Okay, so the person who just finished talking was his name Thon, whatever his name was.
Uh-huh.
As a proud Howard University graduate, don't talk about our girls like that. Like, just because they probably didn't want to talk to you does not mean that we all walk around with our heads up in the sky. I don't like that comparison when people talk about HU girls. It's annoying. It's usually because guys who try to talk to us are like, yeah, you're not on our level. But moving on.
I appreciate you calling in and sharing your side, though.
Thank you. As far as Miss Mimi and Jay Z, I don't understand why Mariah hasn't gone independent. Has she ever been like independent and just decided to basically run her own business and not worry about other people managing her? Or is she just too busy doing so much stuff that she just can't do that?
You know what I think it is? And so many artists are going independent nowadays, but we also have to remember Mariah Carey's catalog is so huge. And there's just so many complications in regards to royalties and licensing. I mean, yes, you can develop your own team and develop. Some artists just don't want to do that. And some artists are just not that business savvy. Not to say that Mariah isn't, but also it takes a lot of work.
True. Okay.
And she's a huge artist.
Yeah, she is. She has a lot of music and a lot of other stuff that she wants to be involved in. So I can understand that point. I don't know what happened between her and Jay Z. I love them both. Hopefully they can get over it over tea.
Over tea.
Over tea. As far as the chat for tomorrow with Miss Lanithia, I watched that interview last night with Jason.
Yeah.
It was a mess. And I knew it was going to be a mess because Jason is messy. And Lanithia had Candy's name all in her mouth.
I know. We're going to talk more. I don't want to talk too much about it now because we're going to talk about it in depth tomorrow. And I also want to watch it because you know me, I love to watch things multiple times and I need to take notes.
Yeah, I might need to rewatch it again because
everyone has assigned homework for tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, but that's it. I just wanted to call in because Thon or Twan or whatever his name was gave me a headache. Like,
Look, as I said in the video that I posted out today, everyone's opinion is valid here. Of course, I want everyone to be respectful of everyone else, but I'm glad you called in and you told your side.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Bye,
you, Nicole. Nice
Kempire.
hearing
Love
from you. All right. Twan, thank you so much for the super chat. Twan says, always great talking to you. Have a great weekend. You too. It is the weekend, y'all. I hope you all are having a fantastic weekend. We have more people on the line. I see a familiar face. I see a few familiar faces. Lisa, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on?
There. It's the weekend, baby. Go get you some content. In your case, get your virgin margarita.
Because you already know, Lisa.
Yes, honey. I know I've been to my cocktails already. Okay, but let me tell you something. Mariah Carey, okay, I mean, they wasn't doing good by her. She said, I'm out. Okay? Because I'm like when the Williams had said, and I agree with you so much, when Mariah Carey on her baddest day. Can't now no other chick out there can touch her.
Yeah.
On her baddest day.
On her
And
baddest.
I've been a friend since she came out with Vision of Love, baby. And I'm still a big fan of Mariah Carey, honey. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else, because I heard dude talking about everybody talking about can't get my butt. Let me tell you something. Monique, they have not been putting her hands on Candace.
We're not gonna go.
Candace.
Lisa, Lisa, let's not go there. Let's not delve into the topic that we're not even talking about today.
Okay. I'm gonna respect you, baby. Because I love you, okay?
Thank you. I just don't want it's gonna be a rabbit hole.
Mariah Carey is up there with Whitney Houston in my heart. You know, when Whitney Houston died, I literally cried. Me and my daughter both. You know what I'm saying? She's one of the top of her game, right up there with Aretha Franklin is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wish she'd give her a good producer and come out with some good material, because she is still not too late. You know, Aretha Franklin came out with some good material in her 40s too. You know,
or later than that. Wasn't she in her 50s and she had a hit?
Yeah, she told it the Roses or something like that. That was a made hit. That was a hit. So she was still coming out with hit, you know, before she even got sick. You know what I'm saying? So it's never too late. I just wish she'd give her a good producer. And like I said, I wish she'd give her a good producer who come out with some good hits and keep that music career going. You know, I do, because I'm a big fan of Mariah Carey. I'm a big fan. She can't never go wrong in my book.
Most definitely. Lisa, thank you so much for calling. I want to take some other callers.
Have a good weekend, darling.
You too.
Margarita, baby. Have a good day.
Miriam, I'm going to bring you up. M&M's. Look, M&M.
Yeah.
Hold on. Miriam, before you say anything, hold on. Wait, what does this mean? I don't get it. When the guy trash talked Mariah, why didn't you stop him? He didn't trash talk Mariah.
He didn't trash her.
I need you guys to pay attention. No one has trash talked Mariah.
He was talking about Candace. I think they misinterpreted.
I think you mixed up. He was talking about he wanted to weigh in on
what he missed yesterday.
Yeah, what he missed yesterday. It had nothing to do with Mariah. Mm-hmm. It had nothing to do with Mariah. Thank you, Miriam, for clearing that up. Miriam, how are you?
I'm good. I missed you yesterday. But here's the deal. Like, I was busy defending.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes. And just so you know, here, it's not a cult. Whoever is listening, you can come with your opinion, just like I do. We never name call each other or anything. We disagree sometimes, but like
sometimes.
It's cool. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Even if we were all had the same opinion, it would be boring. I think this adds to the thing. But keeping respect is very important. And and I met you through Adam.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people were saying that
yesterday. So many good people. I met so many great people through Adam's channel. He is like you both are kind of like really different. It's not combative. You guys let the people talk, and you throw shade, but very light, and everybody is jealous. And oh my God, your interview with Oprah. Oh my God.
Oh.
How did you keep your voice so cool? I was freaking out listening to it. I listened to it again today.
Oh.
It's like, wow. And you know what? You should be interviewing people and you should do a Kempy Chronicles to say everything backstage.
Oh.
Because it seems like you have a lot.
Miriam always has ideas. You know, you need to write your ideas down.
Listen, everybody's a witness here. If you do it, just give me like a royalty or something.
A royalty? Oh, just a royalty or something.
Thank you, Miriam. Yeah. Mariah Carey, she's a powerhouse. And I think it was clash of the egos. It's sad because they are two powerhouses. Jay Z, he is amazing, and so is she. She has a big portfolio of music, and she will be okay. I would love to see David Foster, yeah, producer. Because
I think they've worked together before.
Exactly. And whoever he produces brings it's amazing stuff. So I would only love to see her with him. If not, just go independent, because she can stand on her own. And All I Want for Christmas is the best song of all times.
I love it.
She has so many of all times. Like, that song is the only one that doesn't annoy me during Christmas when played over and over.
That's the only one?
The only one? No, because when it's Christmas time, sometimes they put some music that you don't like and it's all Christmas. But when her song comes to the radio, it's party. It's party.
I can't wait for Christmas to start again. I just want to say thank you to St. J. Thank you for the super chat. St. J says this: love the Kempire community and all of our differing opinions. I hate all the unnecessary drama. Agreed.
Raging Dr. St. J.
If you're just joining us, we have almost 200 people in the chat. Like this video and be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We've reached over 14,000 subscribers last night. I want to give a shout out to Jolene. I can't remember her last name here on YouTube. I'll post it later. Shout out to Jolene and shout out to my boy Busy. I was watching them last night. They had me cracking up because they were breaking down some of these YouTube drama stuff in their own comedic way. So shout out to them. Love them. Shout out to the chat. I see we have so many listeners, first of all, in the DMV, and we have, I'm saying listeners, watchers in the DMV, and also people across the world. I just seen Aisha. Oh, I lost it. Aisha says, love from London. Love right back to you. Can't wait to get back to Europe and travel and travel and travel. Hold on. I see a familiar face, Shantae.
Hey.
How are you?
Lambily.
Oh, thank you, Diane. Diana reminded me. Jolene Lunzer. So be sure to subscribe to her channel. And of course, subscribe to Busy Blues channel as well. We're going to have to get them on here so they can weigh in on some of these hot topics. Shantae, what are your thoughts on this whole Mariah situation?
I mean, I really was kind of shocked when she actually did sign with them, because I always never really saw them as prestigious to have an artist like Mariah, personally.
Ooh, wow.
That's just me, because remember, she was with Sony, she was with Warner at one time, I think, or was it when Warner merged with Sony or something? When Leora headed up with it, whatever label it was, before Julie Greenwald took over. Mm-hmm. And she's never wanted for anything wherever she went. They knew who they were signing. They knew we're going to give her, free reign, creative reign, whatever. And that's not to say that she wouldn't have that with Roc Nation, but I just didn't see it. And it's like I was saying in the chat, Roc Nation's got too many irons in the fire, personally, I think.
One thing, though, Shantae, I just want to clarify. Her deal with Roc Nation wasn't a record deal. It was a management deal. She signed to Epic Records.
Okay.
So that...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I just wanted to make sure that that we were clear on that. So her deal with Roc Nation has to do with management of her career, not necessarily the music.
Right. But still, I'm just saying, as far as creatively, though, there's still creativeness behind her being managed. Yes. Now, like I was saying, I feel like they got too many irons in the TheKempire, especially like within sports management. Because, you know, like not half the NFL, but a lot of the NFL players are managed by Rock Nation, which just as a quick sidebar, that kind of explains why Jay Z had this huge interest in whatever it was he was trying to do with the NFL. I think it was either not this past season, but the season before. So a lot of people don't understand that was a huge conflict of interest if he didn't try to usher that in. But I just, you know, I don't see why Mariah can't just manage herself or get like a smaller team, because I remember she had that same issue with, was it her personal assistant or was she her business manager?
It was
remember
her
the
manager.
one she fired?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot her name.
Yeah,
Anyone
so
remember her name? Mariah. I know there's a Mariah fan in here. I know there's a Mariah fan in here.
that show on E! Religiously. I loved that show, and I could tell then I'm like, they ain't gonna last.
You didn't think they were gonna last? Well, I already knew that too.
I could just tell because they're both the same almost, and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna last. Was it Stella? Yes. Yes.
Oh wait,
and I'm like,
wait,
yeah,
one second. Hold on. Hold on. Audrey, thank you for the super chat. When are you coming to the DMV? Look, probably at some point during the summer. At some point during the summer, I'll be in the DMV to say what's up to quite a few people that I see that are out there.
You'll be here before I get to New York, probably.
We go on a road trip, Kempire.
Okay, look, come on, let's go.
Can I say something about my name? That is a reference.
Oh yeah, M&M's.
Because when she came to watch What Happens Live, Andy asked her,
"Oh my God,
say some good things, some nice things about M&M," and she goes, "They come in all colors."
Yeah, she's so sharp.
That was amazing. She's very smart.
Yeah, I knew her and Stella weren't gonna make it. I'm like, they ain't gonna make it. I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did after the reality show. Oh. Seriously.
That ended pretty badly though. There were lawsuits.
It got very nasty.
Yeah. I can hear what you're saying in regards to Mariah and the level of an artist that she is, but I was excited about their collaboration with Mariah because when Rock Nation first started, there were a few artists that they had signed to the actual music label, and they were also managing artists, including Brandy, who we mentioned earlier. And I just felt like it was too new for them, and they didn't really, not to say they didn't know what they were doing, but they weren't really successful at launching new artists.
So that was really
but I felt like over the last few years, they've gotten so much better, partially why we saw so many amazing things happen with Mariah in the last 3 years.
Right. But I also think that when you have friends that work together, because her and Jay Z have known each other for forever, pretty much. So I think it was, I don't want to say it was clash of egos with them, because I think they were too close for things to get ego. But also they were rumored for years that they had a thing back in the day. And I always believed it.
Really?
So I don't know if some of that had anything to do if it spilled over into years later, but I think it's just the best move for her to make. She just needs to go to somebody that just does not have, that just kind of can really focus on an artist of her caliber. I just don't think Rock Nation was ever really it.
Wow.
Send your resume, Kempire.
No, I don't want to care. Look, I've managed artists before, but I would never want to manage Mariah. And this is why. Because, and it's not anything personal to Mariah. I mean, that would be iconic. But as Shantae just said, look, exactly. Like, I feel like Mariah needs the type of team that can really elevate her career. And I don't have that team.
I could be on her team, but I couldn't be a Stella. No.
Well, wait, hold on. According to MC Fan, Robin Hood says this, but we cannot deny that Stella did more for Mariah than Rock Nation. Let's be real now. I don't know if I feel like Stella did more than Rock Nation, but Stella did do a lot. I was sort of impressed with the things that Stella did do. But I also knew, like you, Shantae, I felt like this ain't gonna last.
You could see it.
Mariah is hard to be tamed. And once she has her head, I don't know her, but in my head I do.
We all do. We all do.
I don't think that.
I do.
Listen, from what I see, I think she is, once she has an idea, she really wants a team that makes that idea work. And you can't come at her like, no, this won't work. I think this is where the egos come to play. That's my opinion. Love you, Mariah.
Well, let's talk about some of the rumors. And look, this is as I said to you before, I'm just want to talk about the rumors because I like to see every side of the situation. Rock Nation, as I said to you before, has come a long way when it comes to managing artists. But also we've heard rumors about Mariah being difficult, being a diva. Do we think that has played a role in her relationship or the deterioration of her relationship with Jay Z and Rock Nation?
I don't think so. She's been with them all this time, and it's just that would just now come up. No, unless Rock Nation got some new people that were dealing with her closely, and they weren't quote unquote given the playbook from the previous people, so to speak. But I don't think that's what it is. I just think maybe she's outgrown them because of the way they're trying to grow and the direction they're trying to go. And she right now can just say, you know what, this isn't going to work the way it is. As for the other stuff, I don't know.
I disagree.
Okay.
I think
that's okay to disagree.
Loving each other. I think yeah, she has a big ego. That's part of her. And maybe it was a build-up. Maybe it got to a point, okay, let's part ways. Enough is enough. Maybe this is what happened. I think all scenarios are plausible here, and none is exclusive of the other. Like, I think everything is might be true, that they had the fling back in the day, that they were like, they had another vision for her, that she's hard to work with. I think it's all of the above.
Shantae, since you're the one who brought up the alleged fling between Jay Z and Mariah, how do you think Beyonce felt with Mariah coming to his company and working with her so closely to the point where they're reportedly had this heated debate in a meeting? It's not like it was like, okay, they're going to handle her career. There's no personal relationship.
Who knows? I really don't care how Beyonce felt.
What?
Personally, I don't. I don't think she had. I mean, if you're questioning whether or not she had that type of control over his artists, I don't know, because like I said, Beyonce is such a workhorse of her own career.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I would, unless it was, I find it hard to believe it would be anything more than maybe just small talk over breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Because she runs her stuff so well. There's no way, I don't think that there's any way she can run her business, her shows, her concerts, and her juggernaut the way she does, and then also have time to have somewhat of a hand in what he's doing. I just don't see it.
Data brings up a good point. Shout out to Data. Data. I saw your comment earlier. Data was there when I had the Oprah interview, so he remembers how it all transpired. Data says this: Mariah can do no wrong in my eyes. As long as Jay-Z's married to Beyonce, no female is getting any good jobs.
Oh,
but no, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Not to say that, like I said, I feel as if they did do a decent job with Mariah, but if Mariah has a certain vision for this new album that she's working on and she wants to do a world tour and they're not seeing eye to eye, look, it's not unusual for an artist to go from manager to manager. Yes, there are certain artists, people like, Jennifer Lopez, that have been with their managers for decades, but that's not always the thing. Management has to evolve and
right.
It needs to be happening right now. But do you think, and I know a lot of people say, no, but Beyonce has her own company, her own management, everything's Parkwood. No. I've heard many times, allegedly, that Rock Nation employees are very much involved in the rollout and involvement of Beyonce's career. So, Miriam, what are your thoughts on the fact that Beyonce might be a factor in why Mariah is not getting the attention that she deserves?
Knowing Beyonce, I would think so. I would think her sister has something to do with it more than Beyonce, because she's the one that does the dirty work, right?
Who, Solange?
Yeah. Wasn't she the one who, kicked, of Jay Z?
Yes, in the elevator.
But I would think after all that, cheating allegations, let's say that, we don't know if that is for a fact, I would think.
Beyonce kind of put it in an album.
Exactly. The lemon thing. She made lemonade out of that. But this is the thing. I feel like if she had a problem with Mariah coming into this company, the production company, she wouldn't let that happen. If she had a problem with that, if she would cut it out from the get-go. She wouldn't entertain. She doesn't want to do another lemonade album. Although it was very successful, she needs to move to another fruit. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm sorry.
Shantae, what are your thoughts on the possibility of that? That's why. That's exactly why this whole situation, Mariah, isn't working. All of the attention is on Beyonce.
I don't think so. Like I said, I think she just outgrew them. And like I said, she changes, she evolves just like any good artist does, and she wants to go in a different direction. She might want to kind of go back to the quote unquote old formula, and maybe doesn't feel like Rock Nation can help her do that, or doesn't fit that for her. I really don't think, like I said, I think Beyonce is too big of a juggernaut and running her own show to make sure things go the way she wants them to go. Yeah. To have her hand in it like that. Plus, she would understand because Mariah's the same way. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, professionally, it might be like looking in a mirror. So I don't see it. I don't see that being the case.
Okay, ladies, stay on the line because we're gonna round this out in a second. I want to take a couple of callers. I see Delcencia. Delcinia. Oh, yeah. I'll get it right. One. Everyone loves your diffuser in the back. I just want to point that out.
Oh, great. Yes. I love both Miriam and Shantae, and I agree with both of them. But, I had the same thoughts about Mariah coming up thinking she was too demanding, and she was, she just wanted everything her way. But you know what? I listened to her book, The Meaning of Mariah Carey. If you haven't, you have to take a listen to it. And I found myself, and I did the audiobook and she narrated the whole thing. I found myself apologizing to her, to my screen. Because, when she told about how she came up and what she did and, how much she's a child of God, keep that in mind. I'm not going to expand on that, but you get me, New Yorker. It's not that for me. And you have to remember, she was controlled by Tommy Mottola and so many other things, and being a woman in that industry anyway. So you can imagine all that stuff. And so now, she's of the age where she wants things the way she wants it. And so it could be just as simple as, I know what moves I want to make. It doesn't align with this move, so I need to move on. I think that it's as simple as that. I really do.
What do you think about what they've done with Mariah over the last 3.5 years? Were you happy with the moves that she made? I mean, including the book that you just mentioned, that was one of the projects they worked on. I
can say I'm happy for it now because she really opened up in that book, and she basically let us know everything that she went in there. We laughed at her with what happened New Year's Eve, when her mic went out. And we all did that. But you know what? I like I told you, I've been listening to the book, and I'm so sorry. I had, my whole thought process about her and how she conducted herself and her growing up and her life in the business. I have much respect for her. I really do, and I really don't think it's any other factors other than she's a child of God. She's a woman of age that has been through enough, and she knows what she wants. And if achieving her goal means that she has to move over here, move over there, that's what she's going to do. I think it's as simple as that. I don't think that's the feeling that I get based on listening to her book. She don't really have no time to, she either don't know you, and so she ain't going to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? You get that. She's not there anymore. If she was back in the day, she's graduated from that. So I really think it's as simple as her wanting to advance her career, and this was her move.
And if you're just joining us, we have almost 200 people in the chat. Like this video and subscribe because you're getting daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, and reality TV. Thankfully, we're not talking about Housewives right now. We're talking about Mariah Carey. Yeah. But we will get back to the Housewives tomorrow for our Sunday Fun Day brunch at 12 p.m. Eastern. One last question. As I said to you before, Mariah is working on a new album, an R&B infused album that apparently might involve Brandy on some level. We don't know what capacity. Are you excited for Mariah Carey's new music?
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that, and I appreciate that alignment. And the fact that I'm going to keep saying, and I'm going to keep it at that, you'll get this, child of God. Brandy has gone through a lot too, and I've, listened to her latest music and been keeping an eye on her too. I think that alignment is more of what God would like to see from their children of God.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to expand. Symbols mean a lot, and I was a huge fan of both, but I'm going to keep it at that.
Thank you so much.
That's my opinion.
And we appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Bye-bye. Love you.
You too. Natalia, I'm going to bring you up. Hey. Natalia. I can't hear you. You're muted. All right. Got to take you down, Natalia. All right. Last minute thoughts, Miriam. People want to know what you're preparing in that kitchen.
Oh, I'm going to make tabbouleh for dinner. So I'm.
What is that?
It's the most famous Lebanese salad. It's made mainly of parsley with burghul wheat grains, chopped tomatoes and onions and spices, olive oil, and lots of Beyonce lemonade in there.
Sounds yummy. We have to do a cooking show one day.
I'm a good cook.
Last minute thoughts. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Mariah Carey having a alleged big blow up with Jay Z, saying that she will no longer work with him ever again, and she's leaving Roc Nation. She's been removed from Roc Nation's website. We already went through that. If you're just joining us, be sure to check out the replay. Miriam, last minute thoughts on Mariah leaving Roc Nation and the future of her music and her career.
I'm a cook, not a chef. Just put it out there.
Okay, good. You're so shady.
I know. I think I agree with everything that Dulcinea said. I think maybe her alignment with Brandy now is more of a spiritual one. And this is why they finally said, okay, we get along. We've been through a lot. Let's do this. Whatever she does, like, she's a living legend and she's so young. I just hope she stays healthy. I am sick and tired of seeing legends have a bad ending. Yeah. So if she stays healthy and alive, and God protect that voice of hers, she's gonna be fine, and we were all gonna be fine listening to her. Whatever she does, I don't think there is a rift or any there's not bad blood between them. I think they're too big of names, and it's not like they are codependent of each other. I really think that was an adult thing to do. They parted ways, and she wants to do something. She needs a whole production team only for her. She does. And she deserves it.
And she does deserve it. Miriam, thank you so much for calling in.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy your salad.
Oh, and steak.
First of all, guys, here are my last minute thoughts on this Mariah story. If you're missing this and you're watching this after the live, be sure to let me know your thoughts on the whole Mariah Carey leaving Roc Nation. That was news that came out today, so I decided to go live and cover it with you guys, because I also love when you guys call in and share your thoughts. We have almost 200 people in the chat. Like this video and subscribe, where you're getting daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. We will be live again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern for our Sunday Funday brunch conversation. We're going to be talking about the new interview that Nene Leakes did with Hollywood Unlocked on Fox Soul. We're going to break it down. We're going to split it wide open. Every pun intended. And we are going to take your calls so you can share your thoughts on everything Nene had to say about her co-stars Candy, Marlo, and Portia. Portia. We're going to talk all about it. I want to give a shout out to everyone that sent in a super chat. Shout out to all of the callers. And of course, love to my moderators. I appreciate you guys being here. And shout out to all of you that were sharing your thoughts in the comments. Look, I love hearing everyone's opinions, but a reminder, be respectful. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to get out of here and go eat something because I am hungry. It's been a day already.